Hey, my name is Jermaine Leeper, and I'll be doing a presentation of sex trafficking in Japan. Japan is a small country slash island located in the Pacific Ocean and is a part of the continent of Asia. Japan is a source, destination, and transit country, but mostly destination. Sex trafficking in Japan didn't become noticeable until the early 1980s and has continued to grow throughout the years. A few statistics of sex trafficking in Japan. In 2005, 117 cases of identified victims were reported, and skipping a few years to 2008, only 36 cases of victims of sex trafficking was reported. And in 2016, the Global Slavery Index estimated a total of 37,000 people in the country of Japan living in modern slavery conditions. Victims of sex trafficking in Japan. In the early 1980s, as sex trafficking became more noticeable, the victims were first coming from countries like the Philippines and Thailand. But through the years, as it progressed, more countries came into the pictures. Countries such as Russia, South Korea, Eastern Europe, Southeast Asia, Latin America, and of course, victims native to Japan. The victims, like foreign women that weren't native to Japan, were usually coming to Japan looking for a new beginning or was escaping a situation from their native country. And upon arrival into the country, they had few personal items and were promised jobs, which lured them into being trapped into sexual trafficking. The Japanese women were mostly lured in by online dating sites. Japan has made key adjustments during the report period and has upgraded from a tier 2 to a tier 1. In 2017, Japan approved of the United Nations Protocol of 2000. And also in 2017, they passed a law to prevent any bribery of witnesses that might have seen any acts of sex slavery. A few penalties for sex trafficking offenders. Japan's Article 7 of the Prostitution Prevention Law indicates that trafficking of a person is worthy of 3 years imprisonment or a fine of 100,000 yen, which is equivalent to 890 US dollars, which is the minimum penalty. The maximum penalty consists of a 10-year imprisonment or a fine of 3 million yen, which is equivalent to 26,650 US dollars. Aid towards the victims that either escaped or were freed. The first to offer help was in 1986 by a group of Japanese Women Christian Temperance Union, or called HELP, Asian Women's Shelter. Skip a few years to 2003, a group of non-government organizations formed a national network to combat sex trafficking due to the fact that most women who escaped or were freed from sex trafficking preferred not to go to the officials in fear of being deported or being accused of a sex sex trafficking offender, even though they were forced into the acts. So they were better off going to citizens or shelters ran by the citizens of Japan seeking help. Same thing. The Japanese government can raise more awareness towards the situation of sex trafficking of foreign women and their own women. They can create classes to help citizens identify the situation before it progresses, report it to officials, or they can also create more organizations to aid and care for the escape or free victims. In the next years to come, hopefully these ideas I've just said can come into fruition, and even though sex trafficking will probably not go away, we can, the Japanese government can maintain and decrease the numbers even more throughout the years. And that is the end of my presentation.